Okay, I'm gonna do a little bit of a fun video for Sunday. I'm filming this on Saturday, of course, but you guys will see this on Sunday. So I hope you guys had a good weekend, and I hope your weekend was good and fun and relaxing. Mine, it was pretty dull since my wife worked, so I didn't really do anything this weekend. So this is why you're getting a video today. So if you guys don't know, for those that don't know, that don't really follow with my collecting habits or my Patreon or anything like that. You guys might not know that I started collecting something a little bit odd and different. And no, it's not Tiger handouts or another type of LCD game. I've kind of moved on from that. There's still a few games I want here and there, but it's few and far between, and it's getting too expensive to find those and get them at a good price. So whatever. Anyway, so, for those who keep up with the channel and watch my videos on a regular basis, you guys will know that I did a video talking about Super Mario Advance 4 for the Game Boy Advance, which is basically the Game Boy Advance port of Super Mario or Super Mario 3, or basically it's a kind of Mario All Stars remake, demake type thing of Mario 3, basically. Basically takes the sprite work and all the assets from the All Stars game, basically ports it over to there, plus some new stuff, which is the e-reader stuff. And you guys are probably thinking, well, what's so special about that? Well, as you guys know, I love Japanese stuff, so I bought the Japanese versions of most of the Mario Advance games that I have. I have 1, 2, and 4. I don't have Yoshi's Island yet. I will eventually at some point get that and play through it because I've actually never played through any version of Yoshi's Island, believe it or not. But anyway, my point is that when I bought my first copy of Mario Advance 4, yes, I now have 2 copies. I'll explain why in a second. I didn't remember that Mario Advance 4 came with 2 e-reader cards. And that got me thinking. I was like, wait a minute. I could do the really stupid fun thing and try to get every Japanese e-reader card to scan in with an e-reader. But doing research for like how many cards there are, spoiler alert, there's 106 cards. I found out that the e-reader actually had 2 separate releases in Japan. The standard e-reader that was mainly for the e-reader Pokemon cards that got released. I think there was more in Japan than there were in the US. I think there were some in the US, but few and far between. But I think there were way more in Japan because it was way more of a successful thing. So I didn't know this, but the e-reader had 2 different releases. The standard one, like I just explained, and then the e-reader plus. And I was like, because I've seen pictures of the standard e-reader in Japan, and it never had that little EXT port that goes in, that kind of slots into the link cable port on a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy player, or yeah, I guess just a Game Boy Advance, because the SP, the way it's laid out, the port does not sit by the cartridge port. It is actually like kind of below that, which is weird, and I'll get to why you need that the access to that port in a second. So once I figured it out, I was like, you know what? 106 cards doesn't sound like a lot, which it's really not. And I'll explain why in a second, why I say that. So, me being me, I was like, you know what? Screw it. I'm going to try to go for a full 106 card set of Mario e-reader cards. And I was like, it might be fun. It might be interesting. So I was looking on eBay, and lo and behold, I found an auction that had an e-reader, a link cable in the box, with 26 cards and another boxed complete copy of Mario Advance 4. And it was like $160 or something like that, which isn't bad for everything I got, because the box copy was nice. The e-reader sells for about $20. That's about 40, and the Lincoln was probably another like $30. So like I probably paid about retail for them, because honestly it's hard to gauge the value of the Japanese cards. I was valuing them at like $3 a card basically. So I think I did pretty good with the cards I got and the amount of stuff I got in the auction. Plus, they all had these protector sleeves on them, like this. They all had some of these on them. I have them out for a reason, so I'll get to that in a second. But yeah. So then when I got that, I got it within like 5 or 6 days. I got it pretty quick. So I got that, and then I was like, well, since I have 26 cards, I have about a quarter of the set already. Because like I said, there's 106 cards. If you do the math, that's what, like 53 cards per series. There's two series of cards. There's series 1 and series 2. I believe it's 53. My math probably isn't off. I'm usually pretty good about simple math in my head. So 53 cards, I was like, okay, that's about a quarter of the library of cards. So I was perusing eBay again, just like in the old days when I would go look for handhelds and stuff like that. And lo and behold, I found an auction that had a lot of 100 cards. And I was like, okay, are there any duplicates in here besides the ones that I have already? And no, there were no duplicates. So I basically got like, spoiler alert, I had to buy the entire auction. They weren't willing to split the auction up. So I was like, well, shit, we're going to have to just buy this entire freaking lot. So I was trying to go back and forth, and it was very difficult because the person, I don't think, knew how to type in English. So they were typing Japanese characters. So I had to use Google Translate to like correspond with them. And they wouldn't budge on their price. They were wanting like $450 or something like that. Something crazy. I was like, there's no way in hell I'm paying $450 for 100 cards. It ain't gonna happen. Because my wife and I were talking about it, we're like, okay, we probably value these cards at $3 a card, which is basically $300, which sounds like a lot for e-reader cards, but when you're going for a complete set and beggars can't be choosers, especially with Japanese stuff, you kind of got to take what you can get. So she was like, wait till payday and I'll have the money. So I shot the guy a message. I was like, hey, would you do 300? And then he was like, no, can't do that. And I'm like, okay, then I'm out. Well, a couple weeks later, first I told my wife, I was like, well, screw it. The guy won't do it, so forget it. And she's like, oh, that really sucks. I guess we're going to have to try to search out some sealed packs or just like individual cards, which would suck. So, which it really sucks now, and I'll get to why that is in a second. But basically, a couple weeks later, he sends on eBay. If you guys don't know, if you're selling something, you can submit an offer to people that have looked or watched your item, and he sent an offer, and it was like I forget what it was. I could probably go look at it. It was like $420 or something like that. It was still like too high for me, but it let me. He had it set to do counter offer, and I'm like, hey, I was like, hey, Steph, if I do this, do you still have the money set aside? And she's like, yeah, why? I was like, well, the guy sent me an offer, and I can counter offer the same offer that I offered him before to see what he does. If if he accepts, it might auto pay, but luckily it didn't. But sometimes with eBay, people have it set up, or it's set up to where you have to like it once they accept it, it basically auto pays whatever payment method you choose. So I sent the offer, not thinking he would accept. Like 20 minutes later, it says offer accepted, pay now, and I'm like, I was like, holy shit, he accepted. And my wife's like, are you serious? I'm like, yeah. Dude. I was like, so you definitely have the money, right? And she's like, yeah, I definitely have the money. And I paid for it. And it shipped out like 3 or 4 days after we paid for it. And then like, it was it was really quick. Like getting stuff from Japan used to take like a week or two, but now usually sellers seem to ship by like EMS or like Express usually, which is way faster. So I got it in like 4 or 5 days. And like I said, it was a lot of 100 cards. Well, after weeding out all the ones I had already, I am only left with 4 cards left to get. I have 102 cards total right now. And there's 4 cards I need. 2 are power up cards, 1 is a demo card, and 1 is a level card, but it's a special level card. And I'm gonna explain to you guys the different kind of cards here in a second. But it really sucks because the 1 level card I need is a promo card that was only given out or sold. I don't know how they did in Japan. Probably given out with purchase of the game, I would assume. Where it was only sold or given out at a specific store. So I don't know how hard to find this card is. Because the funny thing is, and I told my wife this earlier, there's 4 promo cards. 1 is the 100 lives card. 1 is the Super Leaf card. 1 is a level card, which is Classic Level 1-1 from Super Mario Bros. 1. And then the last card is the last card I'm missing. That totals 4 cards. What did I say I was missing? 4 cards. Because I just told my wife this the other day. I was like, I just realized something. And she's like, what? I was like, do you realize we would have gotten all the like base cards and none of the promos, we would still have exactly 4 cards left if none of them were promos. It's just like, oh shit, you're right. I'm like, yeah, it's freaking crazy that one of the 4 cards I'm missing is actually a promo card. So yeah, it's just kind of funny that it worked out that way. That I have 3 of the 4 promo cards, and I'll show you at least 2 of them. I have the other ones like put away, but all the extra ones I actually do have 2 extra promo cards. Well, I have 2 of the same one and 1 extra one. And I'll show you guys what the difference is. And at the end of the video, I'm going to show you pictures of the cards I'm missing. So if anyone out there has connections in Japan or lives in Japan or can get like sealed card packs or hell, even a sealed like box, let me know. And if you have any connections to like get stuff in Japan, let me know because I would love to like complete this set and then like scan in the remainder of the level cards I haven't scanned in yet. Because what I'm doing is I'm scanning them in order they were put in the official like Super Mario Advance 4 Switch Online and Wii U version, which has all 38 levels in the game. Which if you didn't know, the US didn't get all 38 levels. I forget how many levels we only got, but we only got a certain amount. But Japan got all 38 levels. Well, as of recently, like 20, I think it was like 20 something. Whenever it came out on Wii U, the Game Boy Advance version of Super Mario Advance 4. The big selling point of that was it included every single e-reader level, even the Japan exclusive ones. So all 38 e-reader levels were finally playable in the US and Europe for the first time ever. And I don't even think the European version, had e-reader support anyway, because I don't think the e-reader was even sold in Europe, if I remember right. Um, so yeah, that's cool. And the other nice thing is, if you're kind of a purist about playing on like an original Game Boy Advance or like an analog pocket or whatever, there are people out there selling like, I don't want to call them bootlegs because it's not really a bootleg, but like reproduction cards of a fully complete Mario Advance 4 with the e-reader levels like already included. And I'm assuming it's the English like ROM. The one on the Switch or the Wii U, probably the Wii U, because someone probably hacked their Wii U, dumped that ROM, basically probably converted it to like a .gba file, and then just wrote it to a EEPROM chip or whatever, an EEPROM board, and started selling reproduction cards. Which I'm not against that. Like that's kind of cool. But me being me, I want to go for the original version of it. I want to get all the cards, scan them all in, have a legitimate, complete copy of Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Bros. 3, with all the original Japanese e-reader cards scanned in on an original copy. I think that'd be super freaking cool, because then once I do, I can dump my cartridge in my save, and my save file will always have those whatever e-reader cards I've scanned level wise or power up wise are on or within that save. So basically, I can, if someone out there wanted me to, if I get this last level card, I could write my save to like original Japanese cartridges, and theoretically, well, I know it works because I tested it with my other cartridge, and it works fine. So I could basically buy cheap copies of like loose copies of Japanese Mario Advance 4, write my save to them, and sell like complete level sets of Mario Advance 4 like on legitimate cartridges for those that want to be purists and play like the original version without it being translated or whatever, because the translation was done by Nintendo and it's official. But like, if you want to be like a purist about it and play it the original way that was intended, you have to get a Japanese copy and the e-reader cards, which I think that's the fun part of it, and that's why I'm really enjoying doing this. It's because it's kind of fun, but it's also frustrating because I almost won a lot of cards again today that had one card I needed, but I got outbid because they had to have other crap in it that was more interesting to people probably. It had like other figures and crap, and I was like, there's no way I'm going to win this. And I didn't, and it sucks because I wasn't going to pay like $40, because at that point I might as well just buy a booster pack from, because there's a like seller from Thailand that has a bunch of Series 2 booster packs or card packs for like $40. So, and I believe he said he had 100 packs, which is a lot. So, because most of the cards I need are from Series 2. I think, I forget what one it is, but one of them is a Series 1 card. So that's going to be kind of difficult to get via just opening packs. But like the other ones are kind of, like I figured out the percentages. Like I have basically like a 6 to like 60% chance, depending on what card I'm trying to pull, of getting them in like 3 packs, if I bought like 3 or 4 packs or whatever, it would increase my odds of possibly getting it. But I don't know the best way to do it because like it's gonna be hard to get the level card. The level card is gonna be the hardest thing to get because it wasn't in a pack. It was given out, or it was put inside the box like before it was shipped to whatever store it's a part of, or it was a promo for. So yeah, I'm having a lot of fun doing this and talking about it, which is why I'm doing this video. But I'm going to show you guys the different kind of cards right now. Let me pull these out real quick. There's one I need. I kind of organized them last night, so I didn't have to really do it. Let's see if I can. I have so many extra cards. It's not even funny though. Level card, and then a demo card. There we go. So, okay. So we'll start with a power-up card, which is right here. Now I'll show you what it is. I'm not sure off the top of my head what this one does because it's in Japanese. I cannot read Japanese, but they all give you a certain item or whatever. So once you scan it, you know what it is. Which I might put like a little label on the back of the card so I know what they are. Just unless I can remember off the top of my head, but I don't think I'll be able to. Because I think there's like 40 something power-up cards or something like that. Like a majority of the cards are power-up cards. So here's how you can tell it's a power-up card. Power-up cards are green on the back. And they literally say like power-up card in Japanese. Let me move my finger. There you go. Plus, I love the artwork on these cards. The artwork on these cards is really cool. But here's a dry bones card. I believe, if I remember right, this one gives you a fire flower. I'm pretty sure. But I don't remember off the top of my head. So, let me grab a level card real quick. A standard level card, I should say. So, here is a standard level card. Same as the promo one. Every level card has a blue back. So if it's blue, it's a level card. And I believe this is Ludwig on it. And the number up in the corner is the level number, I think. Because my wife realized when I was scanning these in and she was helping me organize them and like order and stuff. She was like, wait, the number on here matches the number in the list of levels, because that's what I was doing to make sure that they were going in order. I looked up a playthrough of the reader levels to make sure I was scanning them in order. The only thing different is they scanned the classic level 1-1 first because they were doing all the classic levels first in the list, and then from there they just went down. And then the last 3 promo cards were the last 3 in the list. And that's when she realized, like, hey, the numbers on here, they're going in order. So, good on my wife for catching that, because I don't think I would have caught that. So, there's a level card. So then you get these. These are kind of, I don't want to say pointless, but they're kind of dumb, because like all they do is like show you a tip or a trick or how to beat like a level or like a speed run of a level. Like for instance, this card is a red card. It is a demo card. And basically what this card shows you is basically a speed run of the first level in World 1 of Mario 3. So, there you go. And then this is the classic 1-1 level promo card, which I believe it says, I thought it said PR on it. somewhere. It doesn't, but you know it's a promo card. Let me see if I can find the other promo card I have. Where is it? I think it's. I see it. Yep. No, that's. Damn it. That's the other. Well, let me see if I can find it real quick. Um, I know I have another one somewhere over here. I have so many freaking. I have like 30-ish. Hold on, let me pause this real quick and find it. I guess I don't have another promo level card. But basically, the other two promo cards, they say like PR. I'll put a picture up so you guys can see it right here. But I will show you guys the other like packing cards or promo cards. Here's the 100 1-up card, which is very useful. But you can only scan this in one time per like save game, I think. So there's that. And then, of course, your pack-in power-up card, which is a Super Leaf card. Now, every power-up card besides the 100 1-up, you can scan in how many ever times you want. Which, I've used this card a bunch, because Super Leaf is actually pretty good. But you also get these, like, special, like, P-Switch power-up cards. I don't know exactly what they do, but these all have a different character on them. I have every like P-Switch card. So this is an extra one. So there's all the different types of cards, I guess. But yeah, man, this is like a super fun thing to like try to hunt down, because you gotta remember, guys, like this is something that probably back in the day, a lot of people did, but like in 2025, like how many people are actually going for a complete Japanese e-reader Super Mario Advance 4 set? Not many people, and not many people probably kept their cards for that long. That's why I think it's going to be kind of difficult to find like these cards. Now, the US set of Mario Advance 4 cards, those are actually like way more valuable than the Japanese cards, which I think is kind of weird, because you think it'd be like flip-flops, because the Japanese cards, you can actually have like a complete Mario 3 experience with that, because there's no missing e-reader levels, but the US version never got like, I think it was like over half of the levels. Because I know I had some of the level cards. I know for a fact I had this one. And I had a Super Leaf card. And I know I had like Cape Mario. When I first got my first US copy of Mario Advance 4. I know for a fact I had a decent chunk of the US e-reader cards. Now, are they around here still somewhere? Probably not, because I know I got rid of a bunch of my e-reader cards like years ago, and I don't know if I lost those when I sold the ones I had, or I sold those with the ones I had. Because I had a lot of the classic NES series cards, which I don't think Japan got those, which is kind of weird. Um, but yeah, man, like, I don't know, it's just kind of a fun thing I've been doing. I just kind of want to let you guys know that I'm kind of doing it just to see people's reactions to it. Like, see if people are like, why are you doing this? It seems kind of stupid. Yeah, it's dumb, but like my wife is even enjoying doing it. Like like her reorganize the cards. She actually enjoys doing that kind of stuff. So like, whatever. Like we're both getting enjoyment out of it. So it'll be cool if I can get a complete set. So if I do, I'm gonna do a video about them showing off a complete Japanese set of e-reader cards. Um, and I guess I'll show you guys my loose e-reader plus I have, because I now since have bought a boxed one, so I can sell this one with all the loose cards I have to try to like easily sell them. And it came in this bag. I didn't put it in this bag, but I would have if it wouldn't have already came with one. So the e-reader plus comes with the e-reader itself, of course, and then you get this little EXT port cover, which I honestly don't know how this thing goes on, but here it is. I know it goes over the little port, but I have no idea how it goes on there. But there's the EXT port that I'm talking about. It basically goes in the top of a standard Game Boy Advance, or when you put it into a Game Boy player on the GameCube, you can do it that way. You cannot scan these cards on a Game Boy Advance SP because you need that EXT port to be connected into the link cable port to communicate with the Game Boy Advance properly. So, word of warning, make sure you have a standard Game Boy Advance or a Game Boy player. More than likely, you'll buy a Game Boy Advance. Game Boy player, kind of expensive, so I would go for a Game Boy Advance. But honestly, the best way to probably do it would be a Game Boy player, because you can do it all on the TV or whatever. And then like, because what I've been doing is I bought a Game Boy Advance, which is actually my original color that I used to have when I first had my Game Boy Advance. So that's what I've been doing. I've been using Game Boy Advance and my glow-in-the-dark Pocket docked with an extension cord, so I could scan them all without having to undock my Pocket 400 times. I basically plugged in a male to female USB-C cable to my Pocket dock, and then plugged the Pocket into that cable, and then it basically thinks it's docked when it's really the cable's docked to the dock, but whatever. But basically, that's how I've been doing it. So, yeah, it's been really fun, guys. And I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I know I rambled on for like 22 minutes, but like, I'm having a lot of fun doing this. I haven't had fun like collecting stuff since like I started collecting CDs, which honestly I haven't gotten a CD in a while either. So like this new thing for me to like be on the lookout for is kind of fun, and I kind of wish I would have thought about it sooner rather than like now, because I feel like if I would have thought about it like 20 years ago when I was like starting going on eBay and stuff, I feel like I could have found the cards easily, or more easily maybe, or maybe like 10 years ago even. Because fun fact, the Japanese site for the e-reader Plus and Mario Advance 4 is still up today. And if I think of it, I'll leave a link below in the description where you can go look at it for yourselves. But a lot of it doesn't work because Adobe Flash is like defunct. So it says Adobe Flash is no longer supported on a bunch of it. But you can still see some of the like cool website links and the background and all that stuff. It's kind of cool. But yeah, guys, that's pretty much it for today. I know this video is kind of weird, but I just want to talk about it today, let you guys know what was going on and what I've been kind of getting into. And hopefully I can get a full set. So wish me luck. And if you have any connections in Japan or know any other like Japanese auction sites that I can check, besides like Sendico, Bai, Yahoo Auctions, stuff like that, let me know because I really want to try to find all these cards. So yeah, and if you guys want, like, I can buy like packs of it and open them like on a video, and we'll see if I can pull at least the 3 cards that are possible to pull besides the one promo card because that is not within a pack. Like I said, it's a promo, so that one I'll have to find just like individually or in a lot. So yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this. Let me know if you guys had any e-reader cards when you were growing up as a kid, or let me know if you had any of the e-reader cards for Mario Advance 4. I'm genuinely curious. Let me know in the comments below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Again, let me know if you have any like places I can look for these, because that'd be awesome if you guys can help me track down the last 4 I'm missing. Like I said, I'm gonna have pictures at the end of the video of all the cards I'm missing. So, anyway, hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for watching. This has been Rolling with Kevin, and I am rolling out. Peace. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you did enjoy it, please don't forget to leave a like, comment down below, subscribe, click the bell button so you get notified when I upload videos, go live, or post on my community page. Shout out to go to my Patreon supporters: Sunny Silva, Catfish Cat, Lee Fernay, Team Dale, Elliot Scott, Preliab, Harry Fernandez, William Swift, AJ Gottawa, Oliver Friedrich, Len Ernhorn, Marcus Mahaley, Brianna, and the Pay Now Please, Nuclear Reactive Man, Rebecca H., Just Good Enough, Gorgon Kaluskovic, Justin M. Daggins, Daniel Childs, Patrick Oliver, and Harold Huckabee. Thank you guys so much for supporting my channel. If you want to support my channel, it's only $1 a month. That's all I ask. It really does help out the channel a lot. Thank you guys so much for supporting and watching. If you did enjoy this video, I'll see you guys in the next video.